my wisdom, my sense of American values tells me that this is wrong. That would be leadership.
What would be leadership is the president enforcing the law instead of the president seeing himself above the law. We had a president in the past, the last president, to do that on a routine basis. This president hopefully will obey the law. If the president wants to put forward an option to go to the Congress to fix this, as I will remind my Democratic colleagues here, President Obama had a Democratic Congress, and, well, I'm talking to these two, my Democratic colleagues, that President Obama had 2 years. We had complete control of the House and Senate and didn't move any docket, didn't move anything. So the idea that there is now this outrage that Republicans are not cooperating, you know what the deal has always been. Border security first. Republicans have said that from the very beginning. We have not gotten that. We need to get that.
In fairness, Democrats and Republicans tried to get the Dreamers through, and it didn't work. But that's
not when the president had control. When the president had control, and when Democrats controlled in 2009 and 2010, the president did nothing on this issue.
But there's one, but neither the other presidents. There's one simple.
It doesn't matter. We didn't have control. They had control.
There's one simple insight
President
here.
Obama had control.
There's one simple insight here. The reason we have undocumented workers is because our laws do not serve our economy. And that is the problem. And unless Congress acts and the executive branch acts, our laws don't work. We need 1 million people in farming.
We don't enforce our laws.
Okay, but we're actually
our laws don't work. We don't have enough immigrants coming in.
DACA isn't actually about undocumented immigrants. DACA is actually about people who were brought here, kids who've been brought here. They've actually gone through the system. They've given their addresses. They're not living in the shadows. They're people who've actually said, I'm going to register essentially with the federal government. And now President Trump is threatening to use the information that they have voluntarily given to the administration, to the executive branch, to police them out of the country.
So what possible reason for some, look, I think I'm a compassionate man. I have 7 children. I'm concerned about kids. So why would I be opposed to something like this? And the reason is very simple. The reason I'm opposed to DACA is because of the unintended consequences of doing this very compassionate act that we've seen over and over again. And that is, when we give amnesty to a group of people, what do? You encourage more people to come over. Because then you will say, look, if you
change the law so that they don't need to come over.
This is not giving amnesty. What we're saying is they deserve a path to citizenship, and we're giving them.
You're using all the buzzwords, Rick.
They play by the rules, and they met all the criteria.
I'm used to 3 on 1. I have 7 kids, so I know all about that. So the bottom line is there are unintended consequences to this what sounds to be very humane act, which is to encourage more parents and more children to come over here and illegally get into this country because they know that once they get here, that will be compassionate.
All right. We've got your rest. The only way to discourage illegal immigration is by changing our laws so that
to just open our borders.
No. Let me give you an example.
Okay,
let me give you an
example. Mr. Secretary, how many more do we need?
We
2
need
3 million.
I don't know. The marketplace will tell us
10
that.
million.
Hold on a second.
So open the borders to
hold on. We need 1 million farmers.
No one is
We need 1 million farm workers in the country.
Give me a number.
1
million more farmers.
Oh, stop it. We need 1 million farm workers in the country.
You want to negotiate the law?
Legally.
Don't use platitudes.
I'm talking numbers. You're talking you don't understand how the economy works. This whole idea of
guys, I think that the audience can hear you better. Very important arguments if you wanted to.
How many more?
Hold on, how many more? Let me just tell you one example, okay? We need about 1 million farm workers, people to pick lettuce, people to go out and pick
we should
tomatoes.
have a program that allows temporary workers.
That's what I'm saying. We should have a program, but we don't. And because we don't have a program, hundreds of thousands come in illegally. That's the point I'm making.
What about family values?
Why are we talking
What about keeping families together? We're talking about a policy that destroys families, that keeps families apart. We need to make sure that whatever decision the president makes, hopefully he'll do the right thing, is a way to keep families together, keep our young people here who have played by the rules, and support, and I think we do have bipartisan support, for an effort to pass a bill that would allow
I think Rick agrees with comprehensive immigration.
I want to ask, just and this just going to raw politics, we talk a lot about the policy. If President Trump doesn't keep his promise, what will your base, the conservative base, do? Will they retaliate against him?
I mean, I can't predict that. I think there's a lot of folks who will be very disappointed because the president has made the focus on immigration to be about making sure that American workers have the opportunity to get good